welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all well and enjoying this beautiful weather. We are blessed with another, look at that, not a cloud in sight. And actually it is quite warm. I was thinking I went with this base layer today out of the new Toggy Spring Summer collection, but I almost feel I could go sleeveless. There is still a little bit of a wind and ever so slight bit of chill, so maybe not quite yet, but it's not going to be long. But we have had another road trip today up for a lesson at Alex's, so you guys will be accustomed and familiar with this site now, as is Addie. We've got here in plenty of time today. I didn't want to be late because last time it was a little bit sort of get off the box, tack up and go, so I just wanted Addie to be able to have a bit of a chill time, have a massage before I get on. So she is very happy, being her usual mountain goat on the ramp, eating in the sun with a massage. I mean, what more could you want? She is looking, her summer coat is literally starting to come through, which makes me very excited because that is when she goes proper golden pony. But looking forward to today's lesson. The arena is again set up completely different to last time when I was here. And I do feel that since our lesson, we've obviously been eventing, yay. I do feel like we've been working really hard with everything that Alex sort of advised us to do, or me to do with Addie. So we have been schooling a lot more. As I said at the end of the last lesson vlog, I have been going up and doing much more shorter, sweeter sessions instead of it being so like, we're going schooling today and we must school for not necessarily a long time, but I would always push it, and then when we're tired is when mistakes happen, but we're not getting to that point at the minute. So you've actually been quite surprised because Chris has been my travel buddy today, haven't you?
Yeah. Living the life of luxury.
Day off for you, nice little drive in the sunshine, and now you're going to film.
Yeah.
Yay. People have been missing you, to be fair. I put a post out on my stories at the weekend and you were in it, and people were like, oh, we haven't seen Chris in a while. I sent you one, didn't I, that said we've missed him in the vlogs. And I was like, oh well, there's a vlog coming up that you're going to be in.
I'm back.
You're back. You've been there in the hiding in the background the whole time.
Psychological support.
Yeah, you are. Every day. Not just with horses, with everyday life. Anyways, I don't know what I was actually saying now. You've completely thrown me off. Chris is actually eyeing up the massage pad. You said, can I wrap that round you, didn't you?
Yeah, gym's been tough.
Been tough for both of us. I've been back on the fitness too.
Yeah.
Smashing it out, both of us. Motivating each other. Anyways, I can't remember quite what I was going on to say. Yeah, doing shorter, sweeter sessions. Something that I would quite like to say is obviously we got our time faults in our show jumping round at the weekend, and I know that I am focusing more on staying straight and not twisting in the air and like trying to get the correct lead, but I would quite like obviously to get the correct lead, but how I can sort of progress that on. So I am going to ask for that. Otherwise, looking forward to whatever Alex has got in store for us today. Are you, Ads? Massage is still going, and then just a little bit of chat before we get tacked up and on board, isn't it? Learning from Tina and Banks and the vet that this is good for them, so I have been trying to get this into our new habit, much to Addie's appreciation, because you just love food, don't you? Yeah, good girl.
This is really good because without prompting, you're already doing lots of transitions. So you're obviously on best behaviour.
Yeah. Trying.
Yeah, then steady her again. So to check that she's in front of the leg or not, it's more about the response than it is about how fast you end up.
Okay.
You just want to feel that when you touch her with the leg,
she reacts.
that she reacts.
Yeah.
So then slow her down a little bit and then go forward again. And it's about that reaction, yeah. Then slow her down again. Just make sure she's nice in the contact.
Yeah, I went to my hands instead of my shoulders then.
And then just forward again. Then slow her down again. And a bit more collection. That's it, then go forward again. Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. That's better, okay?
Good
So
girl.
that little bit more collection just so she slows her legs down a bit. Then when you put the leg, she goes forward and bigger in this pace, not faster. So then when now you've got the reaction
Yep.
from her, you now want to say, right, now what I want is instead of her just going forward off the leg, what I want her to do now is to get to the balance where I've slowed the trot down and engaged it, that when I put the leg on, she then pushes. And then you feel that she pushes up and becomes a bit lighter through her shoulders. And that's when you can achieve that feeling, you know she's then pushing uphill rather than pushing just forward and down onto her front end, okay?
Okay.
So that's now when you're starting to collect. Yeah, rather than just think about slowing down, think about you are starting to collect the balance onto her hocks a little bit,
Yeah.
all right?
Okay.
So do a little bit on the left rein. If she goes a bit stiff in the contact, just a little wiggle left to right.
Yeah.
And then you could put a tiny leg yield in to help you just relax her body.
Okay.
Then straight again, and then the transitions.
Okay.
All right? Then grow this. Oh, that's better.
Good girl.
And then back again. And then grow this rhythm now. So make it bigger rather than just faster. Well done. Yeah, good.
Good girl.
This is nice. Put a circle in now. And the same exercise through the circle. And this will help to promote the suppleness a little bit while you're encouraging more engagement and push. Then bigger. Good, then slower again. Then bigger. Yep. Yep, good. Good. Okay, so you're now starting to have a little bit more range in the trot, and now you can just find the trot that you need.
Okay.
That just you feel that's really comfortable. And of course, like when you're riding around the arena, when you come to your corners, you're going to need more balance. So that's when you need to engage the trot fractionally.
Okay.
And then as you come out the corner, you ride a little bit bigger so you can show the expression in the trot without losing any balance anywhere. Good, should we have a little canter? Whoa. So when you sit towards the back of the saddle,
Yeah.
I want you to then just feel the reins and feel her ears come a little bit more up so you can collect her as you sit in the saddle. So sit your bum in the saddle now, keep your seat moving. That's brilliant. That's a lovely canter. Good, and then when you want to relax her back, you can come out the saddle again. Keep the fingertips moving the contact so you keep her nice and soft. Good. That's it, keep your seat moving. Lovely. Yeah, see, now she's really engaged. She's very uphill.
Yeah.
How's the feeling for you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
She's feeling consistent in the rein as well, in the hand.
Good.
Which
okay,
is nice.
So take up that canter, take up your seat, get that lovely canter. Then I want you to just, using your voice to ask her to trot, breathing out, just ask for the trot transition.
Ooh.
Ah, good.
Good girl.
And immediately now, don't just chase the trot. Think about going into the exercise to just change the gears a little bit. So you're immediately trying to rebalance, re-engage, rebalance, re-engage all the time. And then she expects to be ridden.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Not just collapse and say
So
well
many
done.
horses, you go into a dressage test and they don't expect to be ridden by the rider. They're so used to the rider just sitting still that the horse, when you move, it just does something because it's not used to you moving. Good. Okay, let's change the rein. Let's put her on the right rein for the right canter.
Okay.
So if you ride round your dressage test just thinking this,
Yeah.
you're already going to improve your marks.
Yeah.
Because the horse looks more athletic, more elastic. Yeah, the frame is good, the connection is good.
Wait.
Yeah, out the saddle and forward. Still move the contact a little bit. And remember, when you take up the saddle, so when you sit in the saddle, keep your seat moving and imagine that you're riding her bottom under her. Just move the contact a little bit. That's it. Good. Because she went a little bit static in the pole.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, now you feel she's a bit on the spot. So ride her. So here, down the next side, when you got some space, ride 5-10 meters in from the side, because we're just going to leg yield her off the inside leg a little bit. So
and
turn
do
a bit.
I stay out of the saddle?
No, sit in the saddle. Let the shoulders lead, and then just ride her back to the boards again. Yeah, good. Okay, that's really nice. Because what she does there, she just goes a bit stiff.
Yeah, we go
Down the
bunny
right
hoppy
side.
behind.
Yeah, so you got to then, every time you sit, she goes to block you. So when you take the saddle up, you want to say, actually, I'm going to push you and make you stretch through your rib cage. And then she actually expects to be soft rather than expect to go stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, good.
Ooh. Sorry,
When
I
you
shouldn't
feel
react.
she's numb to the leg like that,
Yeah,
that's where you have to do a little gear change back
yeah.
to go forward.
Okay.
Because otherwise you keep chasing her forward until she goes out of balance, yeah?
Yeah.
Take up your seat, turn a bit early, use a little bit of right leg, push her sideways. Let the shoulders go a little bit, that's it. Now collect the trot a bit, sit on your bum and straighten her. That's all right, yeah, it's okay. So there she skipped behind where she's having to bend her right hop.
Okay.
But she has to get used to that.
Used to that feeling, okay.
Just
Was
do
that
that
what
one
the
more
tail
time.
swish was about?
Sorry?
Was that what the tail swish was about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just saying this is quite hard work, Mum.
Yeah.
And you just got to say, look, I understand, but you can learn, and then the more you do it, the easier it'll get. The tail switch comes from the blockage. There you go. Okay, and then just slightly collect, just gently, just by feeling the fingertips. Good. Onto a little
Good girl.
circle. Stay in the saddle now. Onto a circle. And then from here, just remember to use your voice a little bit to help for the trot transition, and really breathe out so you relax through your body, and she just drops into the trot. Just,
That
yeah, little,
wasn't really me.
that's okay, don't worry. Just a few little gear changes so she doesn't learn that she goes and you just chase her.
Yeah.
You got to now sit the trot a bit. Look between her ears in the transition to the trot.
Okay.
So you stay very central, and then her body will follow the contact then, and then she's more likely to stay connected.
Ooh.
Better. Now very small trot. Small trot. Then forward. Yep. Now you just got to encourage her to go forward. That's it. Yep. Ears up. Okay, and then she's ready for a little walk rest now.
So's Emily.
Remember to look between her ears, always in the transitions, so the body follows the contact. And then let the reins out, let her walk, let her walk. Just by taking up the saddle and sitting up, we've already seen in the flatwork she engages herself. Then you can just almost use your seat and your position to engage her, and then just keep traveling to the fence.
Okay.
So we're going to come left rein approach, go around the outside of this blue oxer to just jump the little green upright.
Yeah.
Turn right, then we'll come off the right rein and jump it also, okay?
Okay.
So because we don't want her to anticipate the right turn, we need to be straight.
Yes.
So when you jump this, just be conscious that the left grip, you do have a feel on the rein.
Okay.
So as you soften, don't let her drag you this way. Make sure as you come up here, you're ready that if she goes to drift, you can just squeeze the left rein a little bit.
Okay.
At this stage, you've got to control the discipline.
Yeah.
It's not about throwing the biggest, best jump in the world.
No.
It's about making sure she doesn't deviate.
Okay.
Okay? So you can control the straightness. Then when she's expecting to be straight, then you'll be able to soften more, and then she'll be able to jump a really big fence really nicely, okay?
Okay.
Good, so as you take the saddle up to engage her, just keep your seat moving. Left rein a bit. Very good, lovely. That was really good.
Good girl.
And then you get the correct lead change as well.
Yeah.
So just control the straightness this way as well. As you take the saddle up, keep your seat moving. Don't look down.
I did then.
Okay, when you go do a trot transition,
Yeah.
yeah, encourage her body to follow the contact so she stays connected.
Ooh.
Very good. Okay. And then a nice transition through the walk.
Oh, I should pat her after the walk, shouldn't I?
Okay. So how did you feel those were?
The first one was good. The
Yeah.
second one, we went to drift, and now I'm trying to think whether it was to the left or to the right. Like just before takeoff, I felt like we weren't quite dead straight.
Yeah, so when you came off the right
Right
rein, so
rein.
the second jump, you rode the corner really well, and then you never really kept progressing to the fence.
Okay.
So then because you backed off, the horse was going to get too close.
Okay.
So the horse went left to get more room
To go.
jump. So
yeah.
what you needed to do was just be a little bit more direct from the leg to get the horse to the middle. Then
Okay.
you would have stayed straighter.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So I've just put it up a couple of holes. So we're just going to come just off the right rein
Okay.
and jump it.
Yeah.
And bear that in mind. You ride the corner, but through that period, when you're looking at the fence, I think this is what happens a little bit, is you get to here, the canter's great, then you look at the fence.
Okay.
And in that moment you're distracted, you stop riding the canter because you're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then you get here and you're like, right, I'm now where I want to be in front of the fence. You start thinking about the canter and it's not what it was over there. And you're
Yeah.
like, why am I not on the same stride?
Yeah.
Because this bit went a little bit kind of like, you know.
Into Addie's mode, not my mode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, mum's not really riding me, so I'll just slow down a bit. And then suddenly she's not there.
Yeah.
So just keep thinking, when you're taking a look at the fence, you've got to keep the seat moving so the canter stays the same and in front of you. So when you arrive here, she's in front of you and ready, and what you were expecting to happen, okay?
Yeah,
All
okay.
right, let's have a look at that.
Think about the whole thing. Nice transition, nice transition. And move up.
Okay, have a little trot transition. You're definitely more connected. Didn't have the perfect shot,
No.
but the jump was better. She didn't roll over her shoulders quite so much because she was more engaged, okay?
Okay.
So if you can just think about those things, when you want the canter to be forward in between the jumps, go light in the saddle.
Yes.
As you're approaching your last sort of turn, you need to take up the saddle but keep the seat moving.
Mm-hmm.
And then especially when you're really focusing on the fence, you've got to just think, keep the canter while you're focusing on the fence, and then present.
Okay.
And then just try and stay straight on exit.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to travel around. Let's just to do one related line first, check that the canter is big enough. This is 5 strides
Okay.
between this blue oxer to the green.
Yeah.
So let's have a nice jump over this, ride to the green.
Yeah.
When you jump the green, remember, just because you're in a course situation, this is why this is built a little bit on a dog leg. So, because when you jump here, it's so tempting to let the horse just drift, and then suddenly you lose the straightness the other side of here.
Yeah.
So this is for me to have feedback from you as to actually when you present to this, you're trying to maintain the straightness on exit.
Okay.
So if you end up drifting towards that pylon, you haven't maintained the straightness. You should be going towards the corner and then making the turn, all right?
Okay.
All right, off you go. And let's see. So nice big competition canter. And be very positive now, Emily. Take the saddle up, but keep moving. Straight. Good. Okay. That was actually pretty good. Yeah, good discipline. Ah, very good.
Good girl. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm terrible for counting my strides, so I don't know whether that was 5 or not. But...
Yeah, you did 5. So.
Okay.
And to be honest, there's 2 schools of thought. A lot of people don't feel like you should really even walk stride patterns, you know. Like, but I'm a control freak, so I like to know everything.
Yeah. I think I change my mind every time.
The important thing is you're on a rhythm and you're on a really good line.
Yeah.
If you can hold the direction and create energy, the horse always has opportunities when it gets there.
Yeah.
All right, and hopefully a good option will come up to you. That grassroots height stuff, you're better off keeping the horse in good balance than you are trying to chase him out of balance to just get the stride that you thought you were supposed to get. Really good. I loved the start. It was positive, but in good balance. Take up the saddle, move your seat. Keep the left rein. Travel. Now straightness, straightness, straightness.
Whoa, we went to the left.
That's okay, it's not too bad. You were absolutely brilliant. I thought you did a good job down there. But you got here and then you went left.
Yeah.
Because you were so worried about what happened there, you didn't focus on this bit. You cannot change what happened behind you. We'll review it afterwards.
Okay.
But make sure you don't make a mistake here because you're distracted with something that went on back there.
Back there, yeah, okay.
Personally, I quite liked the ride. I thought you did a really good job. So, the only reason you felt I think personally, like you felt the horse was going a bit left, and because of that, you tried to keep her straight, and you did a pretty good job. You got to the middle of these.
Oh, okay. I felt like I was
it was more her habit from coming off the right turn, falling through the left shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, so you actually felt that because you were aware of that now.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you tried to correct it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you like, oh, she's still going left, but not as much as she would have done because you were trying to correct it.
Yeah, okay.
Then the jump through the double was very good.
Okay.
The thing is, if you are straight coming into the double, the fences do a lot of the work for you. The horse sits back in front of the jump.
Yeah.
Throws a good shape and then is not rushing out. If it's coming in or crooked, it has to make a longer stride to get to the next fence. So then it's opening its body, it's expanding, and then when it comes out here, it expands again, and then you have this fierce horse trying to like squash it back up together for the next fence.
Next fence, yeah.
So being correct all the way around is really helpful because it does a lot of the work for you just by focusing on being correct.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to just come down here. So they've all got little cross poles. There's a lot of poles.
Okay.
So big, you need to put your leg and say, get in front of my leg. And then just keep the leg so she stays in front of you. And if you feel like you're on a good stride, you just stay really still. Maintain the straightness.
Yeah.
If she tries to anticipate the left turn at the end, you're ready because you're aware of it that you can squeeze the right rein a little bit.
Okay.
Again, you're not pulling the right rein to shorten the neck.
No.
You're just squeezing it to stop her taking her body that way if you need to.
Yeah.
If you feel that you've made up loads of distance, you then just squeeze both reins the last stride to give her room at the fence.
Yeah.
And then just stay straight.
Okay.
But you've given yourself those options by just riding forward there, okay?
Okay.
So let's just jump the green upright just to get you going.
Yeah.
Then round, blue oxer. This is built on 4 strides.
Okay.
And you will make it. You made the 5 strides really easy. So the 4 strides here is really good. And then it's 1 and 1.
1 and 1.
Okay?
Yeah.
Off you go.
Let's go, Addie.
Take up the saddle, move your seat. Left rein. Very good. Take up the saddle, keep the seat moving. Leg away, come on, leg, keep riding. Stay straight. Yeah, good. Now balance. Yeah, okay. Professional. Don't lean left, look between her ears. Attention to detail.
Yeah.
Good, okay, and then have a little walk, give her a pat. Okay, so just talk me through that.
That felt good. She did back off more than I thought from the blue one.
Yeah, so because there's a lot of poles, it's like I said to you, there's a lot for them to look at. So it makes you keep the leg on to maintain her being in front of you. You kept the straight.
I thought it was quite nice.
Yeah, you kept the straightness. What I really liked is that you committed into the treble.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so when you felt that she was backing off, she was making her assessment. It didn't rattle you.
No.
You didn't back off as well. You said, okay, make your assessment, but I'm here supporting you. So she took the early one in, still on the 4 strides, and then you maintained the rhythm all the way through. It looked really tidy.
Yeah.
If you'd taken your leg off and panicked at that feeling, you kind of would have left both of you in the cack, really.
Yeah.
But you didn't, okay? And that's what you got to feel cross country is when you're coming, you've always got to be there, supportive and positive. And if you do that, the horse will believe in you.
Yeah, do you know, I'm probably more positive cross country riding than I am jumping.
Well, this is good then because you're definitely...
Yeah, it's always the poles that I back off of.
Yeah. The thing is if you get anxious about having a rail, which eventing does to you because you can't win in the show jumping, you can only lose in the show jumping in eventing, right?
Yeah.
So you don't ride to win, you ride to try not to lose, which makes and it makes a huge difference with your mental approach to it because you then come in thinking, I don't want to make a mistake because I'll have 4 faults and go down the list. And then it makes you sort of get too careful.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is actually go in there and say, I'm just going to ride really positive at the jumps.
Yeah.
Give the horse a challenge.
Yeah.
And then the horse is normally wide awake and he likes the challenge. It's us that almost kills everything because we're trying to be careful and the horse gets really casual.
Yeah. That's literally like all my rounds. Until recently, Bicton and Morton have been really, really good, so thank you.
Good. No, so, right, we're going to, we'll just come and jump this. This is like the scary filler.
Yeah,
so
just a scary one, isn't it?
Show her the filler, and then we'll jump that by itself, and then we're going to do the whole course.
Okay.
What you want to do is really focus on the nice big canter, and keep the contact to keep the straightness. Okay. So if the horse is ever going to doubt itself or have a look, it's always on those tram lines still, and it's going to happen, and then keep going. If you get all hairy-fairy about the straightness, that's when they start to jip side to side. Yeah. And then you lose momentum, and then you're almost losing like one of the tools which is going to get you over this thing. Okay, so keep the straightness, and any energy you have got is still going in the right direction.
I've never thought of it.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was good.
Take up the saddle, keep your seat moving. Good. So when she spooked, she did deviate, yeah? She did, yes. Yeah, so all you've got to realise, she is going to go, just manage the straightness so you don't make a mistake the fence after. Further on. Okay, just one more time, then we'll jump the course. It's a nice jump though, went very high. Take up the saddle, keep moving your seat. Straight, keep the left rein. Well done. Okay, have a little trot. Concentrate on the body, following the head, that's it. All right, let's go through the course then. Left rein. Leg on. Now keep her straight. Keep her straight. Just think balance, look up. Now take up the saddle, connector, and then straight. Very good. Now take up your saddle, keep your seat moving. Put the leg, continue with the leg, keep the straightness, keep the straightness, keep the straightness. Well done. Okay. Not too bad.
Okay.
Your feelings on the course?
Okay, she was just a bit stuffy of not wanting to go forward when I was like...
And which bits did you feel that she was stuffy?
Coming to that last line, like
Yep.
into the blue, and getting going, I was just a bit like, come on, go forward.
Okay, so I think some of this, right,
Yeah.
is you wanting more than you need.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the rhythm was very powerful. If you watch this back,
Okay.
you are very forward. Okay?
Okay.
Plenty forward. Almost to the point,
I was
I
going
think
to say
she's...
too much.
Yeah, almost to the
Okay.
point where I think she's like, whoa, you're going to make me go out of balance.
Out of balance,
So
okay.
she then, you feel she's not going forward because she's trying to hold herself in balance. So when you came round to this blue one here,
Yeah.
you were good and then you kept running her and running her.
Okay.
Then you ran her a bit in the rain, so you lost a bit of balance in that corner. Did
yeah.
you feel you had to go to the... She was fighting.
Yeah.
Then because you had to use the rein in the corner, then you came out and then she was a bit behind you.
Yeah.
If you just relaxed in that bit,
Okay.
you would have a nicer feel in the rein here.
Yeah.
And then when you put your leg on in front of the jump, being a mare, she'd be, oh, I see that's a good reason, I'll go forward.
Yeah.
Whereas she's like, do you know what, you've just annoyed me when I've been galloping with your leg for 50 meters. Now I'm going to ignore you because you don't know what you're going on about.
Yeah. Fair
Okay,
enough.
so
Yeah.
what you want to do is think, I was forward, get your leg off, out the saddle, let her travel,
Yeah.
get a good feeling, use your seat in that corner to
Yeah.
engage her rather than just panicking about leg,
Yeah.
gallop, all right?
Okay.
So all I want you to do is, oh, do you know what, I was going to do this one to that because it's harder, but actually we're going to do the single oxer over there because it's when you have loads of space. You kind of get into your competition canter and then you think you've got to go even bigger than your competition canter. You don't. Get into your competition canter and then think little gear changes to keep the balance.
Okay.
Too much space is almost your enemy.
Yep.
Because you just keep going and going. You're like 12 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour, I'm 60 miles an hour, and the mare's like, whoa, this is quite quick for show jumping. And you're like, you're slowing down.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't like nag her. And she's like, yeah, but mum, it's like,
Oh,
you know,
sorry, Addie.
it's in cross country. So I think what we'll do is we'll do this red oxer just down to this line one more time.
Okay.
So you land, get the straightness and the balance, feel you promote the competition canter,
Yeah.
and then just relax a little bit
Okay.
and try and get a nice feeling,
Okay.
you know, and then you think, now I pick up my seat, get my seat in the saddle,
Yeah.
keep moving my seat with her so I maintain the forwardness,
Yeah.
come round, and then when you use your leg, hopefully she'll think it's for a good purpose, okay?
Okay.
Off you go.
Cool. Sorry, Addie.
Take up the saddle. Very good. Yeah, that's good. Now try and get a good feeling down the rein. Take up your seat. Forward, come on. Forward now, forward. Okay.
Yeah, well done.
That was a really good try. You'll get the balance really quickly with this.
Okay.
Okay, so this bit was absolutely amazing. Then when you need to commit, so here,
Yeah.
you know, then you've
Didn't
got
react quick
then
enough.
you've got to really commit,
Yeah.
because then she just stayed a bit steady and then you didn't quite get to the fence. But this part of the ride was really nice.
That felt a lot nicer.
So going back to the flat work, it's those gear changes, and it's about not how fast you end up, remember, it's about the response.
Yeah.
You feel that you had the push and she was really then willing to go forward.
Yeah.
So then when you land here, it's not how fast you end up at that end, it's how quickly she responds to you here.
Yeah.
So then you're not going fast that end because you've already made the distance up.
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay.
that was this bit here. I just felt you need to train with her a little bit and train yourself that this is where you need to make the biggest impact.
Yeah. Okay.
So then you've already made the distance and you're getting there.
Okay.
Because she's small, it's difficult on a 3 and a 4 stride distance, especially if you have a combination at the end.
Yeah.
It has to be 3 or 4 strides.
Yeah.
When it gets to 5 strides, you can put 6 and you can still get there with enough energy and stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, like, you know, you want to be, she did get out, she's really clever.
Yeah.
But it looks better when you get there on the 4. Do you want one more go at that?
Yeah, can I?
So thinking about what you need here,
Yeah.
when you pick up your canter, do some of those gear changes
before.
and try and get an honest feedback from the mares. So is she going to respond here?
Yeah.
By challenging her there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, then when you come round, then have the nice ride,
Yeah.
and she's expecting to
Good.
be responsive here
Yeah.
because you've already set the tone there. All
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Let's have a bit of a
The
longer
balance was
canter
really good though.
then. Good get out.
So steady her back, feel the contact. Yeah, then steady her back. It's about the response going back to forward, back to forward. Very good.
Good get out.
Now take up the saddle for the engagement. Yeah, a little bit back. Balance her and get ready to make an impact. Make an impact, come on. Make an impact now. Good, now straight, straight, straight. Very good. And then just nice balance. Remember, the body must follow the contact. That's it, well done.
Good girl.
Yeah, she's tried hard.
She did then. I felt I almost needed the reaction before the fence.
Yeah.
A little bit. But
Yeah, but
she gave it to me.
yeah, the thing is, it's about having those options available to you
Yeah.
and her understanding that when you ask her, it's for a reason,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just because you're nagging her.
Yeah.
So you got to try and avoid the nagging bit so she then respects you a little bit more
When I actually asked.
when you ask. You know,
For a
it's
reason.
that person that just talks non-stop. You think eventually you only listen to 1 in 10 of the words because you just think, I can't process it anymore. And that's the same for her. So when you say, right, I've given you instruction, you've responded. Now we just kind of think about a nice feeling until I give you another instruction and then she responds and it's very clear for her then.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was really good. I think well, from the first time I seen you jump to now,
Yeah.
for me it looks totally different. I don't know if it feels
It feels different. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does feel different. I feel, like I said, Bigden, and also she was quite spooky at Morton, but I still just felt that the round and the canter and everything and the straightness is just so much better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, thank you.
It seems like you have a plan, like there's some structure now,
Yeah.
and you're disciplined. I've got to, like, yeah, I'm really pleased, because you land and you're like, oh, you check yourself, and I sort of don't have to nag you too much, which is really good. So yeah, the discipline side of it is, because it's our discipline that installs the discipline in.
Absolutely.
You know, everyone thinks about discipline as about being really tough. It's not, it's about being really correct and really consistent.
Yeah.
So when we talk about discipline in the training, it's about doing the same thing every time and us being strict with ourselves, so then the horse gets that consistent message all the time, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're doing that, which is great. Have you any questions?
No, I don't think so. No, that was really, really good.
Well, I think
Really
I'd
good.
be quite pleased with that.
Yeah,
if I
I'm
was
very
you.
pleased with that. Yeah.
If you ride a few rounds like that, you'll be flying.
Mike.
Is there any record? Come on.
Yeah. Very good session. I'll put that back on there. Yeah, really, really pleased. And as Alex has just said, like, because coming up here, having regular lessons, I feel that then the work that I'm doing at home, I am doing the right thing. Because sometimes when you're up at the school and on your own, you're like, is this right? Is this wrong? But no, super chuffed. See now why I'm making all the effort to come up here for lessons. Oh, you're not on a mic, so you won't hear you.
I thought it was very good.
I'll sort her out a minute and then we'll debrief in the car. You've been wonderful company today, but you are a bad influence.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Looking up where KFC is on the way home, actually it wasn't that far off and I do need to get some fuel. I've been able to also put on a rug on Addie too. But yeah, we have got a naughty KFC.
Bulking, baby.
Yeah, you are. It's funny, I'm trying to be really like good and you're the opposite.
No, I'm being good. It's my only cheat meal in like 4 weeks.
Yeah, fair. I do think KFC is one of the better ones for you. No?
They're all bad.
Well, they are all bad. Yeah, but it's chicken, isn't it? Chicken's quite good.
Deep fried.
Oh yeah, so true. But anyways, I just thought whilst we have got a little bit of light and we are tucking into said KFC, I thought I would end the vlog now whilst it's still a little bit of daylight, because it will not be by the time we get home, but I have just been chatting it through as you do, and I am really, really pleased with that lesson and how all the work, like I was saying, all the work is coming together. It's nice to know that the work that I'm doing at home as well, because I don't know whether I had a mic on them, that the work I'm doing is right, and also that, as Alex said, that I'm noticing when it's not right. That's also good learning for me. There is just a lot of things to think about all at the same time. As you said, it's a lot in the mind, but I do think we're getting there. We are definitely getting there, and we're heading in the right direction. So really, really good day. It is lots to take away, and I feel like obviously when you're in the lesson you don't quite process absolutely everything, but that is where I go away, be the little overthinker that I am, and watch back the footage. That's the best thing about vlogging for me, is that you get to go back, watch it all. It was quite windy, so I couldn't always hear Alex. That's why I was like turning my head. So looking forward to getting this edited and listening back and reprocessing it and getting all of that information, valuable information that he was giving me, concrete into my brain. Thank you very much for coming along.
No worries. I love how that was like the last thought of your brain.
No, it was the first thing I said, that you've been great company. You actually didn't sleep on the way up. I'm quite surprised.
On the way back, you wait until I eat this.
Yeah, that's very true.
And I'll be gone.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm going to have very much of that. What have we got? A boneless bucket?
Oh, you are? I got 24 mini fillets.
24! I said I wasn't that hungry. I thought you usually get 12.
I doubled it. Challenge accepted.
Wow, okay, maybe I won't end this now and then we'll see whether you can actually finish them all off.
I got 6 fries, I think.
What? Oh my goodness. Right, I'm gonna go find a fuel, eat some of this, then I'm gonna go find a fuel station. But yeah, hope you guys, as always, have enjoyed today's vlog, learnt along with me and Addie, and we have got another lesson booked for next week. Alex was just asking me what I wanted to work on, and I don't know, I can't decide whether to go flat work or whether to keep the work that we're doing with the jumping and trying to get more of the right canter leads. I do feel like squeezing that grip today was helping, and making sure to not allow her to sort of anticipate or fall out staying straight over those fences. I do think that we were getting the right leads better today, so that is a huge positive. But whether I want to carry on working on that or do some elements that are in the badminton test that I know is coming up. Being noisy. Anyways, yeah, sorry. Anyways, yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, leave a comment down below. Hopefully you guys are also seeing the progress from each of our vlogs, how beneficial the lessons are that we are having with Alex. So huge thank you to him. He has got a very busy schedule, so appreciate that he is making time to be able to teach some lessons. But yeah, see you all very soon. Not quite sure. It might be I don't know. Might be an eventing vlog. No, it won't be an eventing vlog. It'll be another Alex lesson vlog coming probably. And then it'll be another eventing vlog. So yeah, we'll see you all then. Bye. Say bye now.
Bye.